Okay, well, hello everyone. My name is Jeremy McLaughlin, and I'm the chair of the ASIST Special Interest Group for Arts and Humanities, SIGAAH. And on behalf of my colleagues in SIGAAH and SIGVIZ and ASIST in general, I'm pleased to welcome all of you to the Symposium on Information and Technology in the Arts and Humanities. Excuse me. We've been planning the symposium and the student research paper award contest that we'll be highlighting since the fall. And so we're very excited to be hosting this afternoon. I did just want to point out before I move off this slide, the hashtag SYMPITAH. If you are up for it and have a Twitter account, please feel free to use that throughout the symposium today or tomorrow. And feel free to tweet at us. It's ASIST, A-S-I-S-T _org, or ASIST_AH. That's the general ASIST Twitter account as well as the Arts and Humanities. So we'd love for you to tweet on that if you have the ability to, and thanks. As of about an hour ago, we had 110 clicks on the agenda this morning. So as I said, I'm expecting to see people coming in and out throughout the day. But I did just want to say welcome wherever you are. We had a lot of folks who RSVP'd, and so what we're looking at here is just a simple map showing the U.S. states, Canadian provinces, and other countries where people, where we received RSVPs from. So welcome to all, and thanks again for being here. As I noted on the first slide, the symposium is being hosted by the San Jose State University ASIST Student Chapter Collaborate Space, so thank you for that, and is co-sponsored by SIGAAH, Arts and Humanities, and SIGVIZ, Visualization, Image, and Sound. So now I'd like to invite my co-moderator for the symposium, Christina Matusiak from University of Denver, to introduce herself and SIGVIZ. So go ahead, Christina.
Good morning and good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to our online symposium. We are really happy to have so many people attend, and welcome to our speakers and also student participants who are going to present their papers. My name is Christina Matusiak. I'm an assistant professor at the University of Denver in the Library and Information Science program, and this year I am also chairing the SIGVIZ group. Just a few words about our group, and I'm sure Jeremy will be talking about SIGAAH. SIGVIZ is a group of researchers and practitioners within ASIS. A group of people who are interested in discussing and exploring information resources generally in non-textual modes, so that includes still images, photographs, graphics, but also audiovisual information. And research in this area is focused on information organization, description, classification, tagging of visual resources, as well as information seeking and use and social aspects of using visual resources. A growing area of interest is also information visualizations, and we are hoping to offer a workshop on information visualization at ASIS in the fall at our annual conference. So if you are not a member of SIGVIZ, I would really encourage to join you. Some of our activities at annual conference include panel presentations, papers, and workshop. We also have an active listserv. So thank you. Jeremy?
Great, thank you, Christina. Yes, similarly, SIGAAH is a very multidisciplinary group that's focused on the applications of information science in the humanities and fine arts. By nature, we're very multidisciplinary, so we not only look at using information and technology in the humanities, but using information and technology to study the humanities. And obviously, arts and humanities encompasses a lot of different disciplines. So as I said, we're very multidisciplinary in our efforts. We do the same type of similar outreach. The symposium is a big event for us this spring, but we'll also be doing some things at the ASIST annual conference. And if you do join SIGVIZ, I invite you to join SIGAAH as well with your membership if you are currently a member, or if you're not quite yet a member but are interested in joining. With your membership, you can join any number of SIGs. So that's actually something new this year, and it's very exciting. So please feel free to join both of our SIGs. We would love to have you. And next, I'm thrilled to have our next speaker is Dr. Sandy Hirsch here with us this morning to say a few words to just kick off the event and start us. Sandy is the president of ASIST and the director of the iSchool here at San Jose State. And Dr. Hirsch, if you are ready, please feel free to take the mic.
Great, thank you. I was actually going to try to use my video for a little bit, if that's going to work okay. It looks like it's all right for now. Anyway, I'd like to welcome all of you. As Jeremy said, I'm the director of the School of Information at San Jose State University and also the current president of ASIST. And one of my presidential initiatives is the creation of a strategic plan for the association that I'm working on and we're planning to deliver by the next annual meeting in November. And in order to do that, my task force has been gathering data from members since last October regarding what they value about ASIST and what they want the future of the association to be. And one of the things that we've been hearing loud and clear in the strategic planning process is that members truly value the opportunities to connect with each other in ways that are provided through special interest groups, as well as through student and regional chapters. SIGs represent a very vital and dynamic way for members to engage with the association, with current scholarship and with best practices and with each other. One of the things that people have said, members have said, is that they want more opportunities to connect virtually between the annual meetings. And this virtual symposium is a great example of a way to engage members in the online space. It's also a wonderful example of collaboration between two special interest groups, the SIGAAH, Arts and Humanities, and SIGVIZ, Visualization, Images, and Sound. In addition to providing a great way for members to connect online, the symposium is also a wonderful platform for the presentation of student research. Students are doing some amazing work building their research and professional portfolios and also adding to the scholarly and professional discourse of the field. But sometimes this can go unnoticed. So I'm really excited that this symposium is highlighting some of the fantastic work by 5 students on topics such as institutional repositories, new pedagogical methods for humanities that are made possible with digital technology, and the implications of social tagging for libraries. So Jeremy mentioned that as part of your ASIST membership, you can join any one of the 21 ASIST special interest groups. And there are discounted membership rates available for students and for early career professionals and scholars. And you can join as many of the SIGs as you like for free, which is new this year. And we're really excited to be able to offer this opportunity to members of the association. You heard a little bit from both of the SIG representatives here, organizers, who gave you a little perspective about what their SIGs are doing. In general, SIGs need volunteers and engagement and present a great opportunity to get involved in the association because, as you heard, they host sessions at the annual meeting, and they do anything from panels or paper presentations to entire research symposiums like this, which is great. And SIGs also promote opportunities including conferences, calls for papers, publications, and awards. And this, again, is a great example today and tomorrow that you'll be seeing some of the great work that our SIGs are doing, and I'm really pleased to see them move forward with this virtual format. So I hope you will enjoy this virtual symposium over the next 2 days, and I hope you'll consider, if you're not already actively engaged in one of these SIGs, I hope you'll consider getting involved. And I also hope I'll put a plug in for you to participate participate in the strategic planning process that ASIS is engaged in. There's going to be more opportunities to participate over the coming months, and I hope you will take advantage of the opportunity to make your voice heard. And finally, I just wanted to invite you to meet me. I hope to meet you in person, if I haven't already, at the annual meeting in St. Louis in November. And so I look forward to having the opportunity to engage with you in person as well as in this virtual format. So again, I'd like to welcome you to this symposium, and also congratulate the SIGs in putting together a fantastic program. Back to you, Jeremy.
Great. Thank you for that, Dr. Hirsch, and thank you for having the I don't know what the right word is, but thanks for taking the video as well. One of the questions we got was, do we have to do it on video? And the answer is always no. So thanks for having the courage to do that. So as Dr. Hirsch said, there's a lot of great opportunities when you're involved with ASIST, and I just wanted to generally thank ASIST for the support that they provide to the SIGs. Specifically, I wanted to thank Diane Rasmussen Pennington at ASIST, Lisa Spiro at the Association for Digital Humanities Organizations, and Beaudry Allen at San Jose State University for their help in promoting the event today. And thank you again, Dr. Hirsch, for your introduction. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes now to move on and introduce some of the themes of the symposium. And I can't think of any better way to do that than through analogy. There's an interesting one that I came across in a paper a few years ago, and of course can't find it now, but I have seen it used in other places associated with digital humanities, but also in the application of e-humanities or humanities digitization in general. And that's from the field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. When it comes to information and technology and the humanities, that's kind of been shown not to be the case. For humanities and technology, it really is, if you build it, will they come? And who are they? Why are they there? And will they tell their friends? And the sense of hopefulness and urgency, I think tempered by a little bit of uncertainty, sums up much of the underlying feelings when you look at the topic from a very high level. So when we were planning the symposium, we really asked ourselves 3 questions. First, why information and technology? Second, why arts and humanities and visualization, images, and sound? And third, why now? First, we wanted to express the presence of both information or technology, or information and technology. They both obviously can exist exclusively, but we wanted to focus on community ideas about the ways that they come together to be used by humanists and to be used by information professionals to better understand humanists. In this context, the collaboration of SIGAAH and SIGVIZ makes complete sense. We're both cross-disciplinary by nature, and both also represent traditions and cultures in the humanities and in print, analog, archiving, as they intersect with the new digital capabilities in some exciting and in some daunting ways. And I think the answer to the first 2 can really be best summed up when we answer the third. Why now? When we look at information and technology in the arts and humanities, there's certainly a lot to see. The digital humanities and sort of that umbrella term and the initiative summed up there, and computational linguistics are literally visually leading the way when it comes to digital methodologies. We see the sharing, access, and general proliferation of media across multiple platforms, graphic design and mobile audiovisual content creation anytime, anywhere, the representation of big data analytics and visualization, search and discovery of music or of audio or video recordings of artistic works from around the world are available on YouTube. Humanists use Twitter and other social networks. The technical analysis of palette or brushstrokes in a piece of art. Digital library use of metadata from PDFs, video, or image files. All of this is hopeful. When we look at the literature, there's a lot of questions and a lot of ink has been penned on the topic of why humanists in general, quote unquote, missed the boat in terms of digitization and technology. Why do humanists have a general mistrust of resources, digital resources, or are slower to access content digitally? What's up with primary documents anyway, and why do they like the smell of archives? Why don't they share their data? Is the culture of some disciplines the antithesis of digitization? In 2011, Puckett lamented, "Oh, the humanities," as it related to the connection between current information behavior and future information literacy. So when we revisit the analogy and the questions posed around the field of dreams, there's not one simple answer when it comes to information and technology in the arts and humanities. But the theme, I think, is really that the future is today and tomorrow. I don't believe that we've missed the boat necessarily. There's certainly a lot of hope and potential, and that will come through in the presentations that you'll hear over the next 2 days. And in general, my feeling is that we haven't seen the quote-unquote golden age of information and technology in arts and humanities yet. That period when the theory and practice and the pedagogy all clicks. In 2004, Kurt said that there were 2 phases of e-development based on what was happening in the sciences. The lower, as he said, is when e-service serves as an enhancement to current practices. This is e-based humanities. The upper level is when we address research and technical applications in ways that only become available through digital environments. That's e-humanities. We can't cover all of those topics that I just overviewed, but our presentations and discussions throughout the symposium explore many of these, and some of that uncertainty, but mostly the hopefulness through the theoretical and practical frameworks that our speakers will talk about that we continually build on to get to that second level, that higher level, that upper level of e-humanities. And so real quickly, everyone likes a good word cloud, so this word cloud is made up of the abstracts and titles from the presentations you'll hear today and tomorrow. We'll begin today with a happy little case study on Bob Ross from Michelle Chin at San Jose State. This paper perfectly molds SIGAAH and SIGViz by providing data analysis and visualization from the long time running The Joy of Painting, and produces semantic analysis and visualization of the artist's description of his own work. Tomorrow, we hear from several speakers from Ohio State who discuss a case study of their use of interactive exhibits in their library, a very current and cutting-edge topic that I've seen at several conferences this year, and the Ohio State case study is one in particular that I'm excited about. In addition to the use of technology and methodologies for research and practice and understanding, comes the more personal approach of the ways humanists can use information and technologies in new ways that essentially help them advance their lot in academic life. Later today, Perry Collins from the National Endowment of the Humanities, Office of Digital Humanities, will discuss the changing and newly emerging trends in funding for digital humanities initiatives, including the need for large-scale collaborative projects. And tomorrow, Stacy Kunkel from altmetric.com will present the use and usefulness of altmetrics in the humanities. Traditionally, citation-based metrics don't apply to humanists, which is why there's no H-index or journal citation reports for most humanities journals. Altmetrics and webometrics and alternatives to citation analysis can and should be of interest to non-science disciplines. And finally, Amy Rudersdorf from the Digital Public Library of America will tie it all together tomorrow afternoon with her talk on history and culture at scale. So these presentations are just one part of our symposium over the next few days. I would like to invite Christina to take the mic and introduce our student research paper competition and our finalists.
Thank you, Jeremy. Just a few words about the process of selecting the papers for today's presentation, as many of you are probably not familiar. So the group of presenters was selected in a student paper competition organized by SIGAAH and SIGViz. So early this spring, we issued a call for student papers on a topic related to the symposium, What Do Information and Technology Mean in the Arts and Humanities? The contest theme was open-ended, and we invited participation from a variety of theoretical and empirical perspectives. We encourage graduate-level submission from a broad range of disciplines, including arts, humanities, library and information science, and computer science. So the focus of the paper competition was on the role or application of information and technology in the arts and humanities. The presentations that you will hear today and tomorrow emerge as a result of this competition. We received 7 papers that were evaluated independently by a panel of 5 judges using a set of predefined criteria. The winners of the top 5 papers were invited to the online symposium. The presentation will be again judged by a panel of judges, and based on their evaluations and previous scoring, we'll select 2 papers for the award sponsored by SIGVIZ and SIGAAH. So let me introduce the first speaker, Laura Rashman, who is currently finishing her master's in Library and Information Science from Wayne State University in Detroit, and she's specializing in digital content management, and she plans to graduate in May 2015. While earning her master's degree in Library and Information Science, Laura interned with the Wayne State University Press and the Digital Publishing Department of the Wayne State Library System, where she helped to digitize and manage scholarly journals in Wayne State Institutional Repository, which is Digital Commons. And because of that experience, she became interested in the intersection between academic libraries, digital content, and scholarly publishing. Laura holds a bachelor's degree in English literature and journalism from Miami University and a certificate in publishing from New York University, and recently accepted a position as a content digitization project manager at SIGAAH Learning. The topic of her paper is related to her scholarly interest. It's on institutional repositories and the humanities, a new collaborative model for scholarly publication. Please welcome Laura. Laura, Mike is yours.
Sorry, Christina, actually, if you want to just go ahead and introduce the other 2 speakers, we have Michelle Chen is going first at 11:30. And then we can move right into the student research component at that point. Sorry, I think there was a miscommunication on the agenda there. Okay, so what we'll do, we're going to move on to let's take a look at the schedule then. We'll move on to Michelle Chen, who's scheduled to go at 1:30. And then after that at 2 o'clock, we'll move into the student finalists. So Laura, that's when we'll have your slides queued up. At that point, Christina, you can introduce Jasmine and Christian, and we'll move into the full hour and 10 minutes for the first round of the student paper finalists. So sorry about that little confusion there, but we will introduce the other student finalists when we get to that section. So we are looking at the agenda here, and I think most of you have seen this. You'll note that we did build in a few minutes here and there for slide transition, as well as just for a quick break for everyone. So please feel free to pop in and out as you need to. And as I said, we'll probably have folks joining us throughout the morning.